Hi everyone, it's Dee. Today I'm going to show you how I made these cute little star tree decorations, and I made them with popsicle sticks, the little wooden ones, and I embellished the wooden sticks with some paper napkins or serviettes. So if you want to see how I made these decorations, just keep watching. Okay, so let's make this lovely cute little star. As I said, wooden popsicle sticks embellished with the paper napkins, a big embellishment in the middle, lots of gluing with the tinsel, and just a couple of little gold flat sequins. And that's all there is to it, basically mostly gluing. So, to make one star you need 4 popsicle sticks. Now I've gone ahead and already embellished these 4 sticks with the paper serviette. So I'll pop them aside just for the time being because I'll use those, but just going to quickly take you through how I went about doing that. And I'm just going to use some cardboard to put it on. Now I make 4 at a time. I have, you can get some wonderful designs. So I have this design, insidious. So depending on how many pliers your serviette is, you just carefully peel the backing sheets away from the top because you only need the top. So I think in this case there's 2, and they can be tricky to find the ends. I find right at the corners they seem to be sealed, so just go in a little bit. And there's 1 ply. So just pull that away carefully without ripping the top. And just be a little bit gentle. And then you can use that for wipe-ups and things like that. So I'll just pop that I'll put that up here. And then you just get the other sheet, the last sheet. Some might only have 2 ply. This particular one has 3, so. Got to be a bit more careful with the last sheet because the paper is actually quite thin. Okay, and on this one I didn't catch the corner, but that's fine because I'm not going to use this one. Well, you can use anything around it anyway. Just wanted to show you how to do that. Because I've made the 2 stars already, I've got this half sheet. So what I normally do is put 4 down underneath each other, 4 popsicle sticks, and then 1 of the quarter of the square is enough for that. So I'm just going to cut this down. I'll just zoom out a bit so you can see what I'm doing a bit more. I'll just cut that down just for ease of working. Pop that aside for another time, and it's just a matter of putting a thin coat of glue along the top. I don't think it really matters what sort of glue you use. You can use Mod Podge This one's a little bit thick, I think, because it's old. It's an older glue. Oh no, this one's not the one that's thick. I've got about 6 bottles and they're all different. So you can either use a brush or your fingers. Probably better idea to use your fingers. I'm a bit slack and use my fingers. Better idea to use a brush, I would say, than your fingers. I tend to use my fingers a lot because I'm pretty slack. I don't mind getting my fingers a little bit messy. But just make sure that you apply the glue right to the edges. That's important. And most of this time will be spent waiting for things to dry, especially the sticks, the first part of the project. So just make a whole lot at one time. And then just carefully pop that down. You can use some wax paper so that it doesn't stick to anything. I'm just doing this on here for the moment. I actually used this waxy type paper when I did the other 2 stars. So once you've applied the glue all over the popsicle stick, just, if you're only doing one, just pick where you want the design to be on the stick. With the 4, I just carefully place the whole thing down and just carefully. Now you don't want to be too rough, you just want to carefully dab a serviette down onto the stick, very carefully. And you do that with all 4 sticks, or however many you're making. And just glide your finger carefully around the edge just to make sure you're pushing those edges down and the ends, and then you just leave it to dry. I like to leave it to dry overnight. Once that's dry, you can cut that down closer to the stick with all 4 of them. And I have one that's already been made up. I'll just show you how to get that flush with the stick, because the pair of scissors, they will not get right up close and it will look messy. So you can get an emery board, a nail file, or I have this little set here, this tool set that I bought from Aldi actually, and they have different metal files in there. So I'm not going to worry about putting it on the handle. If I was making about 30 of them I would, but this is just one to show you. And you simply just at an angle, being careful not to damage the top of the decorated popsicle stick. You just glide the file all the way around. And the good thing with doing this is once the glue's dry, you can file away any of the old glue on the sides. Now see how it just breaks away? And that's very flush with the popsicle stick. So do that with all 4. Bit of glue here, you can hear that sort of. There we go. And smooth it all the way around. And there you have your decorated stick. Now, I did the same thing with the back. So all my sticks are decorated on both sides because, as I always say, I like my decorations to look nice on both sides. It's not always possible, but now on this one here, I didn't glue right to the end here, you can see. And that's why it's important to make sure you have the glue right up to the side, the edge. But it's as simple as that. Then you turn it around, do the other side, wait again for it to dry, and then file it down. So just put that down there, and you are left with 4 sticks. Now I'm just going to heat up my glue gun. So I'm going to be using a combination of the hot glue and E6000, and maybe even some of this clear gum glue. I'll just see how I go. It's time to put the star together. So basically just going to make a cross and then put the third one at an angle and the fourth one across from that, like that. But we're going to layer and put some embellishments on as we go. So I'm going to put this gold tinsel on the first piece. Now these popsicle sticks are about 11.5 centimetres. Some of them are 11 centimetres, but most of them are about 11.5. So I'm going to measure 6 centimetres and cut a couple of pieces at 6 centimetres of this beautiful gold tinsel, and a third piece I'll measure, I think it was 12 centimetres, so I'll do that. I can always cut it shorter if I want. Makes a bit of a mess, but that's okay. I'll also get ready to use this round diamond stickers resin. I'm going to use the red, so I'll pop one of these out, ready for gluing. It's already got some sticky at the back, but that's not going to be strong enough for me, so I'll reinforce that with more glue. And I also have these vintage Christmas sequins that I'm going to place just around that round diamond sticker. So I've got some set aside here, ready to go. And what else do I need? Oh, I've also got, this is right at the end, I found some gold metallic flake. So I'll be popping those on the end of the sticks. So that will be right at the end. So how's that glue gun going? Stick another stick of glue on there. Okay. So the first piece, I'm going to get a little you can use pencil or texture or whatever. I'm just going to roughly mark the middle. So this one's almost 12, so that's going to go at the 6 centimetre mark. I'm just going to pop a little dot there, And same with the next one. It's making a liar out of me now. They're all measuring at 12. So just do that for the moment. Now I'm going to pop the small 6 centimetre length roughly in the middle of that stick, like so. I'm going to use the E6000 just for the centre, and then either side of that I'm going to use the hot glue. And that way it'll be stuck down and won't move straight away. So you can continue working. So just a little dab each side, centre it as best you can. And with the next piece, just finding the centre. I'm using this board, that's what this board is really good for. So next I'm going to do the same. Pop a little bit of the E6000. You could use normal craft glue as well. And then either side of that, just a little bit of the hot glue, which I'll probably use too much just then. Okay. Let's hold that down for a few seconds. And with the second piece of the shorter tinsel, going to stick that down. I should really keep this for metal things. A little bit of glue around that, and stick that down. I might just that up at the end, put the tiniest little bit there, and tiniest little bit at the top. So at the moment it looks like a cross. Or an X. Now I'm going to get my wax paper so that it doesn't stick to the base. I'm turning it around. Now I'm going to pop the long bit across between the X. So again, just a little dab of 26,000, and then push that down. Now I can always trim that off if I feel that it's too long later on. Turn it around the front. And now I'll put the last two pieces on. Actually, I'm going to use this glue. Just a little bit in the middle. I'll zoom in a little bit more for you. There we go. So just try and centre it as best you can. Get some of those hair from the hot glue out of the way. Then the last piece around the opposite way, like so. Yep, go away, bubble. Hot glue. And I'm going to have the light side showing rather than the dark because I've already got two dark sticks there. So push that down. Don't worry about any glue showing. That'll turn clear as it dries. Now we'll put the centre embellishment on. Roll that down. Next I'm going to put the sequins down. So I'm going to put it close to the centre embellishment on the top sticks. You can change it up a bit. Same with the tinsel. You don't have to put the tinsel down at the bottom. And put it closer to the front. So, using my handy rhinestone picker, just carefully place those over the glue. Like that. Now I'm going to turn it over carefully, and I have some of these threads here that I can use to hang the decoration up with, just to make a loop. These I think are from some ready-made tags that I bought over the years. So I'm going to cut this down, just fold it in half and cut it down a tiny bit shorter. Don't need them quite that long. You can have them as long as you like. So work out where your top will be. I might use this one here as the top to hang it from. Just put a dab of glue, normal glue, there. Before it dries. Just stick it down. You can always use another paddle stick or whatever's on hand to push it down so you don't burn yourself. So now you've created a little loop so you can hang it up. And lastly, all we need is to apply some of these pretty gold metallic flakes to each end of the stick. So I'm just going to pour a little bit out. You don't need a lot. These can get very messy. And I want to stick to the bag so they're actually quite difficult to get out. I think that'll be enough. They're very fine. They're almost like that, the gold leaf. So I'm just going to break some of this up. They're very static because they're so fine. Alright. So I'm going to use this to pick up the metallic pieces. Now what glue am I going to use? I might use this white tacky craft glue. That's going to dry clear. I'm just going to pop some at the end of each of these sticks. Now some of the gold stuff will probably hang over the edge, and you can do the same thing that you did with the sticks and the serviettes. Wait for it to dry, then come along with the file and just file any overhang off carefully. So this one here's overhanging a little bit. So you just grab the file and take it off. Once it's dry. You can always pop the glue on the ends and stick some around the ends as well if you like. So just get my brush and spread that out a little bit. Now you can put on as little or as much of this stuff as you like. I think it's already busy with the design from the serviette, so I'm just popping them at the ends of the stick. You can have a mottled effect all the way up if you like. You can do all sorts of things. And then you just carefully place the gold bits on. and it's quite effective. This I got in rose gold and gold, and they were only $2.50 from Cheapest Chips. Now some of these pieces are getting a little bit too big. Just dab it once or twice carefully with my fingers, just to flatten it all. One more. I'm trying to get the flat pieces. There we go, and that's all there is to it. So I'm just going to make sure the pieces are nice and flat, flush with the wooden stick. Have a look at it. If there's any more you want to pop on, do that. With this one, once it's dry, I'm going to file the sides off. There's a couple there. Over here as well. So that's all there is to it. So I have another 3 decorations for my tree. I'm planning on, I don't remember if I've kept all of my trees when we moved, but I'd like to have a tree specifically decorated in things that I've made. Any decorations that are homemade. So again, nice and cheap, easy to make. The fiddliest part is embellishing the paddle sticks and waiting for them to dry. But once you got to that stage, it doesn't take long to embellish them. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.